Good evening and thank you for joining me on Black News Tonight. I'm Marc Lamont Hill. Tonight we start with breaking news as jurors hand down a guilty verdict in the case against Empire star Jussie Smollett. The 39-year-old actor was found guilty of 5 of the 6 felony counts of disorderly conduct that he faced for lying to the police about the anti-gay and racist attack in downtown Chicago back in 2019. Joining us now from Chicago to provide further insight on the guilty verdict and more is BNC correspondent Derrick Lewis. Derrick, good to see you. Welcome to the show. First of all, can you help us understand, can you please break down the guilty verdict?
Yeah, so Mark, as you mentioned, there were a total of 6 counts of disorderly conduct, and Jussie Smollett has been found guilty of 5 of them. Now, those 5 were counts 1 through 5. Count 1 is him telling a Chicago police officer minutes after the hoax that he had been a victim of a hate crime. Count 2, telling that same officer he had been a victim of a battery. Now, count 3 and 4 are of Smollett telling the same story to a different officer later that morning. And count 5 is of Smollett telling that second officer a second time, hours later, that he had been a victim of a battery. Now, he has been found guilty on all 5 of those charges. The jury found him not guilty on count 6, which refers to Smollett telling a detective weeks after the attack that he'd been the victim of an aggravated battery. Mark?
So basically, they're saying he lied, and every time he told that lie, we're giving you another charge. That is an interesting sort of development. Talk to me about the mood, though, prior to the guilty verdict. You got to see Jussie. Did you get a sense that he was confident? Did he look nervous? Did he seem anxious?
Yeah, so he just left this courthouse maybe about 15 minutes ago, and he got here about 20 to 30 minutes after an announcement was made from the judge that a verdict had been reached. And that was around 4:45 Central Time this afternoon. So he spent maybe about 2 to 3 hours, about 3 hours here at this courthouse. We did see him going inside. He was surrounded by his entourage when they pulled up here at this courthouse here behind me, surrounded by security guards as well. Reporters were asking him questions about how he feels in this moment, whether he is nervous about the verdict, but Jussie did not respond to any of those questions as he quietly walked inside that courthouse. Mark?
Wow. Lastly, what are we looking at in terms of kind of best and worst case scenarios for Jussie Smollett following this guilty verdict?
Yeah, so if he is convicted of disorderly conduct charge, that is a felony, a class 4 felony, and Smollett could be sentenced up to 3 years in prison. Now, however, legal experts have said that it is likely that he'll be placed on probation and ordered to perform community service if the jury does come back with, now that the jury has come back with a guilty verdict, it's likely that he will probably just get probation and then ordered to do community service.
Well, we will certainly continue to follow this, and we'll be leaning on you, Derrick, as we find out what the sentencing is when it ultimately comes down. Thanks so much for joining us on Black News Tonight. We always appreciate you, man. Everybody, the verdict is in. Jussie Smollett has been convicted. They say he lied to police, that he staged a hate crime, and now the jury convicted him of it. I wasn't there, so I can't say with any certainty what happened. What I can say is that there was reason to have doubt. There were curiosities in the case. There were question marks that needed to be addressed. The difference between me and many people, though, I'll be honest with you, is I just don't trust the police. I don't believe what police say. And so I don't assume that because the police say Jussie Smollett lied, that he didn't tell the truth. I don't assume that because the state says that he's guilty, that he is guilty. Again, there are questions that I would love to ask Jussie Smollett, and hopefully we can get him on the show soon so that we can get the answer to those questions. But until then, I'm still going to reserve my judgment. I respect the process. I respect the deliberation that went on, but I still have considerable questions about what's going on in that case. And I'll tell you something. I've known Jussie Smollett for a long time, and he's someone who has fought for justice. He is someone who has advocated for the vulnerable. And so, yeah, I was inclined and am inclined to give him the benefit of the doubt. But again, until I hear from him, I'm still going to raise some questions and not presume that everything that happened in that court, that everything that the prosecution said, that everything that the state and the police said was accurate or true, because I just don't know. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough, I think. Hopefully Jussie will come on the show and we can figure it all out. Day 2 of testimony also continued in the trial of a former Minnesota police officer who fatally shot black motorist Dante Wright back in April. Earlier today, an emotional testimony was given by witness and girlfriend of Wright, Elena Albrecht Payton. She recalled the fatal shooting as she was in the car with Wright when former officer Kim Potter says she mistook her gun for her taser, subsequently killing Wright. After Wright was shot with his foot on the gas pedal, the car rolled into a head-on collision with another vehicle. Albrecht Payton says after the crash, she began trying to get Wright's attention, but he was unresponsive. Court has been scheduled to resume tomorrow morning. In North Carolina, upcoming primary elections are being postponed for 2 full months. The state Supreme Court pushed the previous date of March 8th to May 17th due to recent lawsuits over redistricting voting maps for congressional and state legislative districts. Along with the delay will be the halt of candidate filing. Candidates who have already filed will remain to be valid candidates. And as restrictive voting laws are being passed throughout the country, New York City is expanding voting rights to nearly 800,000 non-citizens. Today, the City Council voted 34-14 in favor of a bill that allows non-citizens to vote in local elections. Those with work authorizations, green cards, and DACA recipients who have lived in the city for at least 30 days can now vote. The strike continues, says union leaders, as workers for the Kelloggs Company in 4 states voted against a key contract proposal. The union has been trying to reach an agreement with the breakfast cereal maker for over a year, and workers have been on strike since October 5th, 2021. After the failure of this latest round of negotiations, Kellogg says it plans to permanently replace those 1,400 workers who have chosen to remain on the picket line. But some experts believe the company may find it difficult to replace so many workers in the current labor climate, especially as a growing movement of people across the country are demanding higher wages, greater benefits, and more job security. We'll continue our coverage of the story as it develops. Everybody be sure to join the conversation. We want to hear from you. So head over to BNC's Instagram and Twitter pages and let us know how you feel. Also visit our website, bnc.tv, and subscribe to our YouTube page to check out clips from the show.